There's something remarkable about physical touch that most people never notice. Two individuals can share the exact same interaction, yet one will remember it for days, while the other forgets it almost immediately. This difference rarely comes from what was said, how someone looked, or even their social status. It comes from something quieter, more subtle, how the moment felt inside the body. Many men underestimate touch, assuming it is simple, a quick handshake, a polite hug, or a friendly tap on the shoulder. But the human nervous system perceives touch in ways far more complex than most realize. Long before a woman processes your words or intentions, her brain has already registered how your presence feels. Subtle signals like timing, pressure, confidence, and awareness travel through the nervous system faster than language, forming an immediate impression. This is why some interactions feel memorable, while others fade into the background of everyday life. When touch is natural, calm, and well-timed, it communicates comfort, presence, and emotional stability without a single word. Conversely, hesitant or rushed contact often goes unnoticed, or worse, creates a sense of uncertainty. Understanding the power of touch is not about manipulation or performing tricks. It's about learning how to create moments that feel comfortable, safe, and authentic. In the following sections, we'll explore the science behind touch, the emotional signals it conveys, and 5 specific ways to use physical contact to quietly enhance attraction, connection, and memorability. Physical touch is far more than a simple gesture. It is a powerful form of communication that operates beneath the level of conscious thought. When two people interact, their nervous systems are constantly exchanging information. Touch sends signals faster than words, creating impressions in the brain before any language is even processed. This is why a brief, well-timed contact can leave a lasting impact, even when nothing particularly memorable was said. The human body contains millions of sensory receptors designed to detect subtle changes in pressure, temperature, and movement. When you make contact, even for a fraction of a second, the nervous system registers your presence, confidence, and emotional state. A calm, steady touch communicates stability and awareness, while a rushed or uncertain gesture can signal discomfort or tension. These signals are not consciously recognized in the moment, but they influence perception and memory nonetheless. Psychologists often describe this process as forming an emotional imprint. Unlike verbal communication, which the brain can forget or reinterpret, these imprints linger, shaping how someone feels about the interaction as a whole. Over time, repeated moments of subtle positive touch reinforce comfort and trust, laying the foundation for attraction and connection. Importantly, physical connection is not about manipulation or creating artificial intimacy. It is about aligning your presence with the natural rhythms of the other person's nervous system. When touch feels natural, relaxed, and unforced, it enhances your emotional energy and makes interactions feel effortless. In the next section, we'll explore how comfort and presence amplify these effects and why grounding yourself in your own body is one of the most attractive qualities you can communicate. Comfort and presence are at the heart of how touch shapes attraction. People naturally respond to those who appear grounded, relaxed, and confident in their own body. When a person feels at ease within themselves, that calm energy subtly radiates outward, influencing how others perceive them. Physical touch becomes a vehicle for transmitting this stability long before any words are exchanged. The nervous system is exceptionally sensitive to emotional energy. A man who is tense, anxious, or overly focused on impressing someone will unconsciously transmit that tension through his posture, gestures, and timing. Even a simple touch can feel awkward or uncertain when nervousness is present. Conversely, when someone moves with steady, calm energy, their gestures feel effortless, natural, and reassuring. This creates a subtle yet powerful sense of comfort, which is instantly noticeable to the other person. Comfort is not about being passive or unengaged. It is about being fully present in the moment. When you are grounded, your movements slow, your posture stabilizes, and your breathing deepens. These small cues signal emotional stability, which the subconscious mind interprets as trustworthy and attractive. Touch that arises from this state feels genuine, not calculated, and is therefore far more memorable. In social interactions, comfort also encourages reciprocity. When someone feels safe and relaxed in your presence, their own gestures, expressions, and responses become more natural. Conversations flow more easily, laughter comes freely, and the overall interaction feels effortless. Over time, these repeated experiences of calm presence become the foundation for deeper connection and attraction. In the next section, we will explore 5 key places where subtle touch can enhance connection, showing how timing, location, and emotional alignment combine to create memorable moments.
Physical touch is most effective when it is subtle, natural, and well-timed. The following 5 areas are particularly powerful for creating memorable, positive impressions without overstepping boundaries. Each location works best when combined with calm presence, emotional awareness, and timing aligned with the moment. Place number 1, the upper arm, friendly greeting contact, 200 words. The upper arm occupies a comfortable middle ground. It is close enough to register presence, yet not overly intimate. A brief, light touch here during conversation or laughter can communicate warmth and ease without feeling intrusive. For example, when sharing a joke or emphasizing a point, a soft tap on the upper arm signals engagement and attentiveness. The key is subtlety. The contact should last only a moment before returning to normal conversation. The nervous system registers the gesture as confidence and comfort, which quietly enhances the emotional tone of the interaction. This touch works because it communicates 2 things simultaneously: presence and calmness. By demonstrating that you are comfortable in your own body and with the interaction, the other person subconsciously mirrors your ease. Over time, these small impressions accumulate, creating a sense of trust and familiarity. Place number 2, the middle of the back. Supportive presence, 200 words. The middle of the back is an area that often registers naturally when guiding someone through a doorway, crowded space, or shared environment. A brief, gentle touch here signals awareness and attentiveness without exerting control. This gesture conveys stability and reliability, which the nervous system interprets as supportive presence. When touch feels calm and steady, it communicates that the environment is safe and that you are emotionally grounded. Such signals encourage the other person to relax, allowing conversation and interaction to flow more smoothly. It's essential to keep this touch light and momentary. Overdoing it can create discomfort or the impression of dominance. Done correctly, however, it subtly reinforces a sense of security, demonstrating care and presence without words. Place number 3, hands, sensitive and memorable, bar 200 words. Hands are one of the most sensitive parts of the body, with a high concentration of nerve endings. Even a fleeting touch can create a strong sensory impression, especially when the interaction is already relaxed and positive. Opportunities for hand contact include handing over an object, playful gestures during conversation, or light touches during greeting. The emotional context is critical. A touch that aligns with a laugh, shared excitement, or casual exchange registers as natural and memorable. The nervous system records these interactions not as dramatic events, but as subtle, pleasurable signals. Over time, repeated positive touches with the hands reinforce a sense of familiarity, comfort, and connection. The key is maintaining authenticity. Gestures must feel spontaneous rather than calculated. Place number 4, shoulders, shared emotion, 200 words. The shoulders are a natural area for subtle contact during moments of shared emotion, laughter, or agreement. A light touch here, aligned with the emotional flow of a conversation, strengthens the feeling that the interaction is relaxed and comfortable. Timing is everything. A brief, well-placed shoulder touch during laughter or while celebrating a shared moment makes the interaction feel cohesive and genuine. The nervous system interprets this as natural connection rather than a forced gesture. Shoulder contact works because it signals empathy and attentiveness. It communicates, I am fully engaged in this moment with you, which strengthens trust and emotional resonance. Over repeated interactions, these small gestures help create a strong, subconscious sense of connection. Place number 5, timing and ending, creating a sensory echo, our 200 words. The final detail that shapes lasting impressions is not a specific location, it is timing and presence. Most memorable physical contact occurs at the beginning or end of interactions, especially during greetings and goodbyes. A calm handshake, a brief hug, or even a steady hand on the shoulder at the end of an interaction creates a pause in the rhythm of everyday conversation. When the gesture is held just a moment longer than expected, the nervous system registers stillness, which is rare in daily life. Psychologists call this a sensory echo, a subtle continuation of the experience after the contact itself has ended. The effect is powerful. Muscles soften, breathing slows, and the emotional atmosphere settles. Even if the person does not consciously register why the interaction felt different, they remember the calm, comfortable energy. Over time, these small moments accumulate, building attraction and comfort that lasts far longer than words or appearances alone. Physical touch is not just about where or how you make contact, it's equally about the energy you bring into the moment. Two people can perform the exact same gesture, yet the impressions created can be completely different. One interaction may feel natural, warm, and memorable, while the other feels awkward, forced, or forgettable. The difference lies in emotional energy. The human nervous system is highly sensitive to subtle cues. Tension, nervousness, or self consciousness travels through posture, gestures, and even breathing. When a man is anxious or overly focused on impressing, even a simple handshake or light touch can transmit uncertainty. Conversely, a calm, grounded, and relaxed presence communicates confidence and stability without a word. This is why comfort in your own body is so critical. When your movements are steady, your gestures unhurried, and your attention present, touch feels effortless and authentic. The other person subconsciously senses that they are safe, understood, and valued in your presence. Emotional energy shapes not only how the touch feels, but also how it is remembered. Over time, repeated interactions marked by calm, confident energy create deep, lasting impressions. The brain remembers the emotional tone more vividly than the specifics of the interaction. Moments of comfort, steadiness, and natural presence become the foundation of attraction. In short, physical contact alone does not create connection. It is touch paired with the right emotional energy that makes interactions memorable, enjoyable, and subtly magnetic. In the next section, we will explore how timing and alignment with the moment further amplify the effect of touch.
Even the most skillful touch can feel awkward if it appears at the wrong time. Timing is one of the most critical factors in creating memorable physical connection. Touch that aligns with the natural rhythm of an interaction feels effortless, while touch that is out of sync can feel forced or distracting. The brain is highly attuned to context. A gesture that coincides with shared laughter, agreement, or a meaningful pause is interpreted as authentic and connected. Conversely, random or mistimed touch signals inconsistency or discomfort, reducing its emotional impact. The key is to observe the flow of the interaction and let touch emerge naturally, rather than planning it in advance. This alignment is not about manipulation, it's about empathy and awareness. When touch matches the emotional tone of the moment, the nervous system registers it as a natural expression of connection. A simple hand on the shoulder during a joke, a brief tap while celebrating shared excitement, or a calm hug at the end of a conversation resonates more deeply because it feels organic. Ultimately, well-timed touch reinforces the comfort, safety, and positive energy that underlie attraction. When gestures are synchronized with the moment, the brain remembers the experience more vividly, creating a lasting impression that words alone cannot achieve. The final moments of an interaction often leave the strongest impression. While many people rush through goodbyes or step away immediately, the way you conclude a conversation can quietly shape how someone remembers the experience. A calm, deliberate ending communicates presence, confidence, and attentiveness, making the interaction feel complete rather than abrupt. Small gestures, like a slow, relaxed smile, steady eye contact, or a brief, gentle touch, allow the emotional atmosphere to settle. When a handshake, hug, or light tap is held just a moment longer than expected, the nervous system registers stillness, creating what psychologists call a sensory echo. This echo lingers even after the contact ends, imprinting a sense of calm and comfort in memory. Rushing through the end of an interaction breaks the emotional rhythm. The moment becomes forgettable, regardless of how warm or engaging the earlier conversation was. In contrast, a mindful, gentle conclusion reinforces the positive emotional tone, leaving the other person with a sense of ease and connection. Over time, these small, intentional endings accumulate, shaping long-term impressions and attraction. Subtle, genuine gestures at the close of a moment often have more impact than dramatic words or actions because they signal presence, emotional stability, and consideration, the qualities the subconscious mind most readily remembers. Understanding the power of touch is one thing, applying it effectively is another. The key to making physical contact memorable lies in natural, relaxed, and contextually appropriate gestures. Here are practical strategies to help you integrate subtle touch into your interactions. Ground yourself first. Before initiating contact, ensure you feel calm and centered. Your emotional state influences how your touch is perceived. Slow your breathing, relax your shoulders, and focus on being fully present. Observe context. Let touch arise naturally from the situation. Align your gestures with shared laughter, agreement, or a meaningful pause. Random or premature contact can feel forced. Start small. Begin with neutral areas like the upper arm or light hand contact. Subtle, brief touches are often more effective than prolonged or overt gestures. Use timing strategically. Touch at emotionally significant moments or at the end of an interaction. Pausing slightly before releasing contact amplifies the sense of calm and leaves a lasting impression. Prioritize authenticity. Avoid thinking of touch as a tool or trick. Your goal is not to impress, but to communicate presence, comfort, and stability. When touch feels genuine, it is far more memorable. Respect boundaries. Always gauge comfort and personal space. Subtle touch is about enhancing connection, not crossing limits. Consent and awareness are essential. By integrating these strategies, touch becomes a silent language of comfort and connection, quietly shaping attraction and memorability without words. Over time, these small gestures accumulate, creating deeper rapport and genuine emotional resonance. Attraction rarely begins with grand gestures or dramatic displays. More often, it grows from subtle, calm, and comfortable moments, the small gestures that make someone feel safe, relaxed, and genuinely seen. Physical touch, when paired with presence and emotional awareness, is one of the most effective ways to create these moments. Over time, repeated interactions marked by relaxed and well-timed contact leave a lasting imprint on memory. The brain remembers the emotional atmosphere far more vividly than the words spoken or the appearances noticed. Moments of calm presence, gentle touch, and synchronized timing communicate stability, authenticity, and attentiveness, all qualities that naturally draw people closer. The key takeaway is that touch is not a tool for manipulation. It is a language that speaks to the subconscious. When gestures feel genuine, grounded, and aligned with the emotional rhythm of the interaction, they communicate comfort, trust, and connection without a single word. Even brief contact can create a sensory echo, a subtle resonance that lingers long after the interaction ends. By focusing on presence, timing, and emotional energy, you can make ordinary interactions feel extraordinary. The small, quiet moments of touch accumulate over time, shaping attraction and connection in ways that words alone rarely achieve. Cultivating this awareness not only improves relationships, but also enhances your ability to communicate calm, confidence, and authenticity, qualities that leave a lasting impression.